here and one down here, and we're gonna put so I'm gonna I connect them, and then we're gonna put information in the corner. So make sure you do it small enough so you have space for the information, okay? Make sense? Give me another term for somatic. What does somatic mean? Voluntary. Excellent. Voluntary. And what does visceral mean? Yay! You guys learned so fast. If I just abbreviate everything, is it okay? Yeah. Then we'll have connection, right? Awesome. Awesome. So now talk to me about if I write I don't want to screw anybody up. We'll write it, yeah. What is another term for sensory? Yes. Right? They mean the same thing. Those two terms are interchangeable. I call it a slash mark. They're interchangeable. Somatic and voluntary, not so much. So if you wants you to explain, you want to say somatic. Does that make sense? You can say sensory or afferent.
So sensory is the one that's going.
Afferent, the information's arriving at the brain.
And then the other one's
yeah. So exactly. So it's almost like the motor is the response to the sensory. Yeah, that's exactly it. To the information that came in. So what do we have to put down here? Yay, motor. AKA. Yay! Oh crap, is there two R's in efferent? Yeah, E-R-R-E-N-T?
No, I think just one.
it's one.
Just one, yeah.
I apologize, I haven't taken this in a while. Yay! Oh, now you're gonna hate me. Give me a very, very brief way, definition, explanation of how we connect somatic and sensory. What's the connection between the two? Information that it's information, it's coming in from which environment, the internal or external one? It's information that's coming in from your external environment. From you're outside or whatever.
When you say
Yep.
sensory, how do you connect sensory and somatic? You're talking about
Sensory is the information
right,
coming in.
So it's information.
Yeah, that's all it is. What is vision? Vision is one of your five senses. Vision, seeing, is just a way to categorize how we get information. You get light via
All the physiology stuff.
well, that's actually, I think that's physics. The ultraviolet, the frequent, then you get the radio waves, and you get, it's just literally we have our five senses as ways to compartmentalize and define the information we get in. That's all.
And then somatic.
Somatic is environment. So somatic, let's add to this. It's voluntary.
Do you see what I'm asking?
Yeah, I do. Let me change this really fast.
Up there, buddy.
Hold on. Talk to me about somatic. It is voluntary, but what are you voluntary interacting with? Which environment? There we go. I appreciate you bringing it up. I'll change that half out of that. Well, that's exactly what it is. You can keep it. Just put this underneath of it. Because I'm pretty sure that's isn't that right?
Somatic is a voluntary response to the external environment that interacts with the
Somatic is not a response. Somatic is not a response. Somatic is your external environment. It's just you voluntarily interact with it. like, well, sometimes you don't. It's not necessarily voluntary when you get burnt or something. But that's like the reflex loop and the arc and the. Yeah, I just dash out the first word and put this one. So then what would visceral be? Yay! I apologize. I'm going on and on about this damn thingy. Okay. Are we good thus far? Yeah, because I have external and voluntary written down on my little diamond. Well, one of them. So, yeah, so if you want to cross out voluntary, you can. Just understand that when you're interacting with your, like, I will literally do this because I can think about it and I can do it voluntarily. I can't do it on the inside. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't tell my stomach to dance unless I'm using my skeletal muscles. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's not, it doesn't work. Way too complicated for a very simple question. Okay. How do I connect? Okay, how do I connect these two? Give me just a simple, quickie. Repeat what's written up there and change a word. Okay.
Like, is what's coming in and then what's going out is the murder.
Excellent. So, where's it going? Yeah, information going. Excellent. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Info to external. What kind of information? Is it voluntary? Yay!
So it's like from the motor to the somatic. I guess it's like information too,
Somatic and motor are two completely different things. Somatic refers to which environment. Is it the external environment or is it the internal environment? Somatic is external, visceral is internal. How the when I say when I say information, do you kind of get what that means? When I say, something, my heart's beating too fast. My visceral system, visceral afferent or sensory neurons will send the information to my brain and my hypothalamus, with my thalamus and my hypothalamus. And then my brainstem will respond because our hindbrains are like our basic functioning with respiratory, like the pons and all that. Will movement motor response will send via visceral motor neurons down. So that's how the visceral, that's like essentially it's the exact same thing except we're talking about the external environment.
So can you give an example of the external environment?
I want to pet something. I want to touch this table. How do I do it? Well, first I see the table, right? So that's the information in. I'm like, oh my gosh, a table, and I process the information. So it's going to be sensory or afferent, somatic neurons in, and then to my interneurons in my brain and spinal cord, like doo-doo-doo, and my response is somatic motor or somatic efferent neurons send the signal to my skeletal muscles to do this. Does that?
Yeah.
Well,
So,
yeah. So, go ahead.
I don't know.
Okay. So info, what kind of info is you guys?
Voluntary.
Yay! Info where? Excellent. Info, so it's, yeah, it's from, essentially from my brain to